Hi guys, it's Kay Comer in here with you again today, and this is day 3 of our Let's Make a Mini Book Together. I hope quite a few of you are doing it. I'm getting several messages. I'm also getting some messages that, you're not on my friends list and you're posting to me privately, which is fine. Do that anytime. But sometimes I forget to look up there at that little thingamajigger, and I'll notice that I've had a message in there for like 7 hours. and I didn't answer it. But send me a friend's request if you want to, or whatever. Post to me privately, and you don't have to send a friend's request. I will find it sometime during that day. I haven't got the tall tripod yet. I'm having a terrible time with the distance on my books. I did look on Amazon. I think this little tripod I've got is called a Gorilla tripod from the looks of things on Amazon. But I couldn't figure it out, and I thought the best thing to do is to go over to Best Buy, where I bought this little 8-inch one, and I'm going to go over there and see if they have a 15 or 21-inch or something like that, a little bit taller, so I can have some distance here, because sometimes you need to look up close, but sometimes you need to see the whole thing, especially, see, I've got it tilted just a little bit too much right now. Anyway, this is the front of my book. So we started on Monday. We kind of gathered our things together over the weekend. We started on Monday with the cover of our book. And I said if you wanted to go ahead and do the inside of the book. So I did the inside of this page. I started the inside and didn't get it done because I had so much to do. And then, so yesterday I finished this page and added to this one. And, when I showed it to you yesterday morning, I had a little blank space up here, and I thought, I can't stand that blank space. That kind of makes me nervous because I don't like a lot of blank space. I like a lot of stuff on the pages. I want to pick it up and think, I will never see all this stuff. I will never read all this stuff. It's just like going, you go to the malls or you go to a craft show or whatever, or flea market, and you walk up to a booth and you think, oh my goodness, this is like heaven on earth. But then you get to looking around, you can't find anything you can use. So it's eye candy. That's what that is. So we don't want our books to be eye candy. We want our books to really look good, and you want people to pick them up and look at them and think, oh my goodness, what a treasure. But it's more than eye candy, because there's going to be things in there to read and things to make you stop and think, and maybe things to give you a warm and fuzzy feeling. And that means a lot. But anyway, this is the finish this page here, and then I had this one done, I thought, but I put a little creepy cloth up here. This is what I'm going to do with the next page, I think. I love this little image. I have a big, I don't even know how big it is. Gosh, it's probably 25 or 30 inches wide and half that tall at least, in our family room upstairs. And I love that. Here's the church, here's the steeple, open the door and see the people. We did that when we were kids. I'm 72, and I grew up in sunbeams and GAs and all that stuff, and Sunday school in the old Baptist church, and things like that mean a lot to me. Anything that brings back warm and fuzzy memories, and we should all be that way. This old world is kind of a scary old world anymore. And I want every town to go back to being like Mayberry. That's my favorite TV show, Andy Griffith. I'm telling you the truth. If I had time to watch TV, I could watch that 24/7. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this for my image. And I like... somebody had asked, and we talked about this yesterday, if I make my pages match, if I want the book or the pages to match. No, I don't do that, but I do like for the pages to complement each other. So this is the image of here's the church, here's the steeple. So I was trying to think, what am I going to put over here? And I thought, I'm going to do that quote, bring up a child in the way he should go. Now, I just wrote this down so I would remember to tell you what I'm going to do, because my mind is half-inch long, because my mind spins like my mouth does, unfortunately. So doctor said, I need to give you something for that. There is medication for that. You are too hyper. I said, no, I have been like this for 72 years. I do not want to change. I can handle it. Just everybody stay out of my way. So anyway, I don't know if I'll put this on some good paper. I'll probably rip around the sides. I'll probably put some fabric behind. And that's what I did over here. I put a page out of book over here underneath this image. I love the pages, and I love the fabric behind things, and I love using lots of fabric. So I'll put something behind here, either some paper that will go along with these sepia colors, or I will do some fabric. I'm not sure. I may add some lace. I'll add some buttons and some ribbon, and I don't know what all. Creepy cloth goes on almost every page. I don't think I could make a book without creepy cloth. Oh, my goodness. And I don't even know if anybody else is using it. But, you know, somebody has to start these things somewhere. So go on Amazon, type in creepy cloth if you like the creepy cloth. And it just looks like a bird's nest or something, and out of thread. You know, whatever, just flattened out. I also use, when I rip the pages, you know, you get threads off of that, and sometimes I'll wad those up and use those. So anyway, I'm going to either type this up with one of my fonts, I'm not sure, on my thing that our daughter set up for me, and she did that years ago. I've had that for years and years when I started doing the newsletters that I put around the community. So I'll type this up, or I may just write it out by hand. I don't know. I've got a busy day. So that's another thing. Somebody messaged and said, "You're 72. What is it that you're so busy with?" Well, you know, you're as young as you feel. Age is just a number, and we're not going to slow down and let the Grim Reaper catch up, or he's going to have to do his job when he catches us. We do the carrot juice and all that stuff. We've been doing that for 35 years, juicing, and we do a few supplements, and, you know, we try to eat healthy, and now we do have fried chicken and chocolate cake and all that. I'm making my husband a peach cobbler or a peach pie today because he's just gone peach bonkers with the fresh peaches. So I'm going to do that. But, you know, I do the things most women do every day. I cook and clean every day. We have a 2-story house, and I don't let anything go so I can do my crafts and things. And I would not do that. Family and home and, you know, God and church and all that, that all comes first. Then if you have some time, you play. Now, after you've worked on a book about 32 hours, you realize you're not still playing. You have a job. So my husband tells me all the time, "Do you realize you're making about 25 cents an hour doing this?" I said, "Well, thank heavens we're not waiting on supper for my paycheck." But anyway, so I do all that stuff, and I cook from scratch. I make homemade bread, and I've even churned the butter and all that stuff. I love to do stuff like that. So I've got laundry going right now. I've already done my dailies for the day. I've made a list of some other things I've got to do. I've made a list for this thing I'm going to tell you about on Friday, this new project for September. I hope a few of you will be excited about that. I know I'm excited about it. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know how it's going to go for me because it's something I have never done before. But it is in the junk journal you know, kind of area. So junk books, junk journals, whatever. So we're just going to work, and it's going to last 30 days, that project is. Now, we won't have a video every day. My goodness, I don't have time for that. It's all I can do to work these in 5 days in a row here. But I'll check in every now and then and let you know what I'm doing, and hopefully a few of you will be following along. And I tell you, if you will follow along with this project, you will be a different person on September the 30th than you were on September the 1st when you started it, because the things that we're going to be doing, which are very simple, take just a very, very few minutes every day, they're just going to give you a different mindset. You know, I'm out to save the world. My husband says, "You're not here to save the world." I said, "That's what they said to Noah." And look. So anyway, so this is what I'm going to do today. This is what I'm going to do today. This is, oh my gosh. Do you know what I've done? Now, this is how sidetracked I get. I have skipped a page in the book. I skipped a page, but now that's okay, because it's like Bob Ross said, there are no messes or whatever. They're just happy little accidents. So I've had a little happy little accident right here in front of you. I have, this was done. We talked about this yesterday, and I said I was going to have to fix that up there. So what I did when I sat down to work yesterday, which was after supper when I finally got to it, and I worked about an hour and a half or so on these 2 pages, I accidentally missed this page and went to this page. So this is what I did yesterday. Surprise for all of us, especially for me. So, okay. So this is the Holy Bible. Put that big lace heart back there. I love those old hearts, and I told you yesterday I get those at Dollar Tree. They're I don't know, a whole bunch in a package for $1. And this has been baked in the oven, and then I just dressed it around the edges with my Tim Holtz stuff with my sponge. And I put a piece of lace down here, some buttons, some creepy cloth, a little flower. Have to put the word love. I need the word love on almost every page. You just cannot use the word love too much, I don't think. You know, we're so big on love around here. You know, just we tell the kids and, you know, everybody when we're going our separate ways, well, watch out for the other driver, love you, talk to you later, and all this stuff. So one day I was hanging up the phone, and I'm so used to saying, we're not on the phone a whole lot, just with family. And I'm so used to saying when I hang up on the phone, okay, talk to you later, love you. And somebody called, I don't even remember who it was, but I did not know him. And I said, okay, talk to you later, love you. I hung up the phone, and my husband was sitting in the recliner. I said, oh my gosh, I just told that person I loved them. But anyway, things happen, you know, life is tough and then you die. That's what my older son says. But this little poem says, the heart-worn Bible. The heart-worn Bible, the Bible wore her imprint. Now I've got myself really confused. The Bible wore her imprint, the cover soft from use, its pages rubbed and wrinkled, the binding coming loose. And even this, if this Christian and her Bible were apart, she still would have it with her, hidden in her heart. And Gail Burden Paredes, or something like that, said that. I love that little poem. I just found that a while back when I was doing. Now, this is something, I don't know how old it is, and I hope it's okay. But I did find this one when I was doing the Old Country Church books back in the fall. People were buying them just like hotcakes for Christmas gifts. So I need to be stocking up on those, because this does make a good a Christmas gift for a secret sister at church, or your mom, your dad, your grandma, you know, just anybody. I had a lady buy one for her son who is like 50, 55, something like that, 60. And she wanted one of the Old Country Church books. So anyway, so we'll be doing this in the middle of the book today. Surprise on all of us. And this is what we already have done. And so I'm almost to the end of the book. I'm going to do these 2 pages today. And I'm going to work it in somehow around all this corn and that peach pie and what little bit I have. I have most of my dailies, my homemaking projects done for today. But, you know, I do like things neat and tidy. That's getting out of the subject totally. But, you know, I believe we are what we surround ourselves with. So I always want our home to be warm and cozy, and we don't have anything fancy. I don't even know if we have anything under about 35 or 40 years old. Most of the stuff we have, my husband either built it, he built our bedroom suite, and it's big Paul Bunyan stuff. It's beautiful. You know, and our kitchen table and the chairs, all this stuff. He's a carpenter out of this world. That's why he loves to spend time in the wood shop. That's where he is right now. But it is very important, you know, and a lot of people are not going to believe this or agree with it, but it is important how we keep our homes. You know, you can't think straight. Your mind is cluttered enough, or mine is, with all the stuff going on in your day, and you know, and then if you have clutter all around you, I call it speed cleaning. I set a timer for every room, and it doesn't take but 5 or so minutes if you do it every day to have every room what I call picture perfect. Well, this isn't even a thing about homemaking, for goodness sakes. So anyway, I am going to get this worked in today. This one is done, and so tomorrow I will do the back of this. And then on Friday we will talk about the whole book. I'll go over a little bit with you about this project that I have coming up for September. And the reason I'm telling you a little bit early is because 2 weeks from Friday, if we see we're going to do it, we'll do another video, so you'll have a week then to go out and get your supplies, and you won't need hardly anything. A little bit of paper, you know, several pages of paper, maybe some colored pencils if you want that, markers, something to write with. I don't know, little dabs of fabric. So, but I'll tell you about it Friday, so you can be thinking about whether or not you want to do it and what your theme is going to be. And I'll tell you what my theme is going to be. I already know. So, okay, that's it. I've gone long enough. I've gone 14 minutes, and I haven't even talked about the journal half this time, this junk book. Oh, my goodness. So that's it. Okay, I'm going downstairs to get busy on something else. I'll talk to you back here tomorrow, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. I hope y'all have a super duper grand and groovy zippity doo dah day. And I hope you go out there and get a little kindness and spread a little kindness absolutely everywhere you go. My daughter says at the end of every one of her talk radio programs. So that's important. Spread a little kindness and get a little kindness absolutely everywhere you go today. So talk to you tomorrow. Love you all. Thanks for watching.